afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and riveting and amazing Propagandacast. I'm your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda. We're off here to a 1 vs 1 on delightful Kholodny Ferma. In the west, it is Jimmy fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland, taking on the role here of the 2nd Panzer here with Spearhead, German infantry and mobile defense, Panzerfaust infantry machine guns versus these it is Seeking. Fighting for America, freedom, democracy. Taking on the role here of the 3rd Armored Division with heavy cavalry, which has rifleman defensive structures, smoke barrages, rangers, combined arms, and Pershings. With trouble from there for Seeking. We got a gun at the MD42 start here for Jimmy with double rifleman there for Seeking. Standard openings there from both sides. With the Pioneers advancing on the centre swiftly. We got riflemen moving up eastwards there, moving up here for the fuel point, setting up tank trap to defend here. Base allows to come against troops here, and they can't easily cross in since there'll be no cover here, so any unit dug in here, for example, is going to be quite well positioned, and obviously any troops moving towards the fuel point will be in a tough spot. That said, of course, you know, obviously going to have troops down here, and so, in theory, long term, you want to consider finding position here. Anyways, as always, please remember to like, subscribe, and share, and press that bell button. Would make me very happy and help get more videos out to people. In particular, as of late, but for some reason, YouTube seems to be really intent on showing my viewers people get to see my videos. So that would really help me out there. So please do remember you can do that. And also, a big thanks to my Patreon supporters, without which this episode would certainly not be possible. So a big thanks to you, and of course, all those who donate. You too can join the handsome and manly ranks by, well, handsome and charming ranks by pledging on Patreon or donating via links in the video description. We got a 3rd route gun for Seeking. Double gun release there for Jimmy, MD42. So far, not a heavy focus in the centre. North, blah. Man, I got almost wrong every single time there. But in the south, of course, is where more of the action is going on. Here we got a skirmish up here. Gunners as a rifleman. Rifleman quickly pushing back the gunners into the building. Ludwig does go down. Great there for Seeking. I mean, he got an easy kill there, barely suffering any damage. Northern fuel punch caught with the MD42. Gunners move southwards again. Pioneers falling a bit back here for Jimmy. And I imagine Seeking will be taking up soon. He's got all the 3 rifle school talks, which is typically where most American players begin taking up there. Platoon or company command post. There's very likely. We are there. We're going to begin upgrading, and I imagine it's going to be very, very soon here for Seeking. And there you go. Briefly did consider the company command post, but does stick to the platoon command post, which is the more standard choice in 1 vs 1s. In 2 vs 2s, company command post is a lot more common though. We got a 3rd gunner squad there for Jimmy. He should also consider taking up soon, though he is not quite as able to swiftly do that compared to his opponent. We'll have to wait just a bit longer. And obviously, Jimmy doesn't get 3 units when he attacks. But meanwhile, here we can all see there that Jimmy Seeking is to control most of the map. Jimmy going for the car front. Also got Sandbags here. Got use of abilities all there on the right. And there go another scrum. Seeking is Pioneers rifle squad close. Had he just been the rifleman gunner here, the rifleman with one in his hand. But with the Pioneers up front and further fire support here, the rifleman actually significantly disadvantaged. So great development there for Jimmy. Less fantastic there for Seeking, though, of course. He's still in good position. Gunners was ramping around the car fine, though. Jimmy cutting off a lot of Seeking's resources, slowing him down. We got a squad moving northwards there. The far up not going to hit the fuel point, and we got the Gunners squad ready to deal with that. We got the south here, rear, some the Gunners. We got the lieutenant up for Seeking. A lot of actions here, a lot of furious fighting between these 2 commanders. Right from there, could actually lose the Gunners here. There's a good chance of that. And meanwhile, the south here, rear, are being beat here with the Pioneers closing in again. Pioneers are typically a unit you want to work with other units. Individually, they're not great, but sort of like a unit that's, for example, when other units are drawing attention, they can quickly get up close, actually do some decent damage, or they draw away firepower from the other units you have. That way, they can sort of help you. So they're sort of a nice, sort of complementary unit, but they're just not very good on their own. Unless they're flamethrowers. But even then, you usually want them to work with other stuff. 50 cal on the way there for Seeking. More Grenadiers here for Jin. He has teched up. Not going for Pan Grenadiers here. Would be a nice pick up north here. We got the Grenadiers going in here, but they're going before they got the flank here. Nice move there. And we got German in from Jimmy. Cancels the 4th Grenadier squad there for 250 half-tech. Nice pick there. 250 half-tech causes a nice light vehicle there versus the opponent. Particularly, we don't have any snares, as he can get in there very fast and aggressively. So, thumbs up there to Jimmy. Thumbs up. 50 cal almost done there for Seeking. Like the Panzerspielwagen almost done. Panzerspielwagen Leichter Schützenpanzerwagen. My apologies there. No, they were usually part of a Panzer Division's reconnaissance regiment. Specifically, they were part of the Aufklärungsabteilung, which is sort of the reconnaissance Panzer Grenadiers, but in most regards, they're basically just an extra Panzer Grenadier battalion. In most cases, they served as that. So, basically just Panzer Grenadiers and smaller half-techs here. Later on in the war, they would basically cut 250 half-tech projects entirely for armoured car production. specifically got used as armoured half-cast, and the 250 half-tech would also be supplemented there as a reconnaissance battalion half-tech. So, little fun fact about German organisation, was one of the things I personally find neat and interesting, which tend to get less delved into. There you go, Pawnees popping in from there from the way there. Lieutenant under 5 from the 250 half-tech. He probably should figure there's going to be a flamethrower on that one soon, so getting to the building there would be a really bad call, and I think Seeking after. There you go, 5th Cub sets up, popping the armor pigeon rounds. Great setup there. Managed to bait in the half-tech. Very nice there. Thumbs up to Seeking. Of course, he can quickly fix it up. Of course, the other units that could have been shot for some of this rifle squad there. It's going to be pursued here by the half-tech, and he can do a lot of damage to the flamethrower and the half-tech. Might even have a chance of getting a wipe here, which would be rather disastrous in Seeking earlier, but no, it doesn't happen. Still, nice push there. Gunnis moving to occupy the church. Quick leave here, position. Compromise. Already see Seeking starting to fall back here around the center, realizing he risks being outmaneuvered if he doesn't like fall back. So, thumbs up there to Seeking. Sometimes the best move is, you know, to fall back to safer ground. Going for another Grenadier squad here again. Jimmy's very concerned about having 4 Grenadiers again. Veteran Grenadiers, great, but, you know, a single Stormtrooper squad or some Panther Grenadiers could also do him a lot of good here. In particular, say, Stormtroopers in the 250 half-track are amazing. Panther Grenadiers, though, are also pretty damn solid. But that's just sort of my opinion here. Are they running around here? Reason's retreating. Good push there again, going for the carve point, looking to immediately cut off Seeking's fuel supply. Beautiful stuff there. 250 up rushing south. It's Rob squad nearby. Quickly, Carl, shoot it! With what? Your guns! But it's not going to penetrate. Just do it. Oh, wait. Good disruptive play there by Jimmy. Seeking starting to find the tighter position once more. Fuel point is no longer his, or at least it technically is, but it doesn't matter because he's also getting nothing out. The 5th coming up again there. Andrews on the way there. Need to go for the 250 after. It is heavily damaged. He hasn't repaired it, so I think he wants to consider just falling it back for some repairs. See what the Pioneers. I think that'd be a very good idea there for Jamie. Still, he's been really doing some significant economic harm to Seeking. Note sandbags here on the center victory point, holding off the summer Seeking's attacks. Have to be repaired here. Still, but seems like Jamie is intent on squeezing as much out of it as he can without having to repair it. But those guns about to get wiped. Lieutenant not being upgraded bazookas. He's clearly not too worried there. In fact, we got reasons with bazookas, basically deciding, you know, to just form up an actual bazooka team there. Nice work by Seeking. Southern victory point ceased. In fact, all 3 victory points are now currently under control here of Jimmy and the German army. Very good. 250 half-tech finally seeing some repairs there. Also got medics on the way there, which actually does delay his veteran Grenadier squads. And like with veteran Grenadiers, you don't need a medic bunker as badly, since you know the Grenadiers can heal your stuff for free. So I mean, I'd say slightly missed opportunity perhaps by Jimmy, but again, that's just my opinion. Grenadiers going for the Southern Nations. We've got to push in north here from Seeking, course, looking to outmaneuver his opponent. Give him this stuff in the machine gun there. I'd argue could use something a bit more actually. I think they're doing a lot more good here versus Seeking, but that's my opinion. Ooh, just going to rush everything forward. Bazooka's opening up. They almost take out the half-tech immediately, preventing a raid. They're on the machine gun position in the church, which I think is clearly what he's going to do there. So that was a bit lucky there for Seeking. He could probably consider calling in a Ranger squad. With the Thompson, they can actually do a lot of damage here. Meanwhile, DME definitely should consider upgrading the Grenadiers with veteran squad leaders soon. They are really good, obviously, and typically it's been one of the main reasons you go for the Doctrine. Fix up the 250 after again, like this is... My God, those Americans, yeah, I know it's just like to like our stuff. Yeah, it's so frustrating. Then as the Grenadiers. Back here for Seeking, we got the tech going on there, the mechanized command post, rifle grenade off from the rifle squad. Nope. Sounded like it, or maybe it was a rifle grenade elsewhere. I do think a rifle grenade that could actually work out. Might actually get a wipe then Seeking. Retreat there. 250 half-tank, almost good to go once more. He also close veterans who won. 2 kills in it so far. Flamethrowers here for Jimmy, up to do with buildings. So he's gone for 2 pioneers of flamethrowers. Yet to see any veteran Grenadiers. Yeah, I feel like that one's a bit peculiar there from Jimmy, personally. We got bars up as well here for Seeking. We got the BAR. And there you go, quick retreat here as the 250 half-tank strikes. Lunges after them. The Bazooka team is nearby. And I imagine here that Jim's going to be a bit more cautious until he knows where it is. So he can actually deal. And there you go, Bazooka team ready. Several hits there again. Very close to veterans 1 up north here, movement going on there. Grenadiers being wiped out with the rifle squad. Great wipe there for Seeking. Snuffing out one of the Grenadiers. 250 Africa meanwhile escapes the Bazooka team in the south here. Wasn't that difficult to escape, but you know, still worth pointing out. Fifth Cavalry finally pushed back, using the Pioneers the position here to flush it out. Thumbs up there to Jimmy. More Grenadiers. I'd still like to see some Panzer Grenadiers as Stormtroopers, to be honest. I feel like being sort of a nice mix here with 3 Grenadiers and all the rest of the stuff he has. I think that'd be a strong move there. Meanwhile, for Sea King, he could go for a... Oh, he's just rushing straight ahead there. No time to go for a light vehicle. Sea King basically just pushes the tank button and decides the faster he can get out some Shermans here as his opponent, the better. And that's actually, I think, a pretty solid idea there. It's not something all American players explore, but in the right circumstances, it can be quite good. Particularly, your opponent assumes you're pushing out light vehicles, so it isn't rushing ahead themselves, which could in fact be what seems to be going on here with Jimmy. You got tunnel mines here, though. That's going to help a bit. And oh, he actually techs up as well. So both players are actually rough at the same time, though with the slight edge of the Seeking, pushing for medium armor. That is quite interesting. Of course, Jimmy is more consistently cutting off Seeking's fuel supply, but Seeking's obviously doing a reasonable work there, minimizing the impact of that. 250 after about here. Very close again to Veterancy 1. So close you can almost taste the Veterancy if Veterancy had a taste. Probably steel-oat boots. Back here though, troops, not much going on there. Got the tech done. He could again consider Ranger Squad here. He doesn't have enough means to equip with the Thompson, so there's not a rush there. Pack 40 for Jimmy. Good idea there, just in case he does get outdone by a tank. I mean, he has seen the Major now, so he's probably realizing he's going to hit by a faster Sherman, so having a Pack 40 ready just in case that Seeking does get the tank out faster than him, which is still likely because the Sherman's are a little cheaper. And there you go, another Grenadier squad done. We do find a veteran Grenadiers here for Jimmy, but again, I feel like he needs to mix in some Panzer Grenadiers or Stormtroopers into the mix here. Half-track finally getting Veterans 1 there. Ralph Squad, they're taking a significant amount of damage here, and Seeking compels him to retreat. And here in the south, we got the Ralph Squad itself in trouble, down to 1 man. Heroically loading his BAR as the Germans wipe him out, and there's actually a BAR for them to secure. Meanwhile, Half-track goes for flanking the 5th Cavalry in the centre here, and great push there by Jimmy. A double whammy on Seeking. Didn't lose any units, but still losing the centre, and the Cobb one is certainly painful. And of course, handing out a BAR to the Germans is not going to help improve the situation either. Obviously, it's nothing catastrophic. It's not something going to call the president, but Mr. President, the American enemy has captured a BAR. My God, it's a broken arrow. No, not that one. A broken table leg? Yeah, whatever. Either way, they got one of my guns. We'll do our best to get it back and make a movie about it 60 years later. Anyway, grabbing the southern victory point there. Seeking moving up. Grenadiers securing the centre. He's really determined to have like 4 Grenadier squads at all times. Again, nothing wrong in that, but personally I would like to see at least a Stormtrooper squad or Panzer Grenadier squad mixed in as well. But anyway, so Pomacop there. He can push for probably a Panzer IV faster than he can get out the Sherman. So that's going to be a bit of a challenge here then for Seeking. From north here, Rifle versus the Grenadiers. Bit of skirmishing here. Major holding up by the tank trap there. I mean, the Grenadiers remain in negative cover. The Major might have a chance of winning that one, but I would say it's pretty limited. In the centre here, MD42 being actually swarmed by sheer numbers there from Seeking. Probably to get one back. Like, it's just taking too much damage with the 5th Cavalry firing at it here. Oh dear, it might actually, it's too late now. He's probably just not pulling it back, because if he does pull it back, his opponent's going to grab the MD42. And that's going to feel real bad for Jimmy, but that was definitely not the best setup there by Jimmy off the MD42. I would say a definite tactical error there, and great for Seeking. Putting that one out on his mystery gives his infantry a lot more freedom of movement. Meanwhile, he still has the 50 cover, which is going to be a real problem for Jimmy's troops. The south Grenadiers advancing. Major Rod, and there goes Sherman out there. Jimmy's yet to push for a tank here. Correct, credit the Panzer IV, I think, a bit faster, but a constant replacement infantry and constant Grenadier training has sort of slightly depleted his manpower reserves. So he can't quite as swiftly push forward. Got the bar Grenadiers up in the rear as they advance, quickly getting suppressed by the 5th Cavalry. We got 396 with 380, pretty close then in terms of victory points. Rushing north with the 250 half-track. Also good work denying the northern field there to Jimmy and grabbing it himself. Thumbs up there to Seeking. Sherman almost done, so Seeking is going to be able to get out of tank here faster than Jimmy, because again Jimmy has not been quite on the ball with the manpower. 50 cal wrapping up through the centre here. You got Pioneers here, hard to work with barbed wire. Bit late to wire that spot off, but better late than never. There we go, Sherman out. M43 Sherman medium tank. Sure to give Jimmy a slightly more uncomfortable time of it. He can go for the Panther IV now. You could also go for Stug. In theory, you could also go for the Osprey, but I think you should wait for that and need to let some more armor out. Sherman 14, not going to take that path. Lucky there for Seeking. Bit of bad luck there for Jimmy. I don't think it actually exploded at the moment, so it may not matter as much. There we go, Panther IV for Jimmy, and the second Panzer Division. Northern point being seized by the Grenadier. Riflemen advancing. In the south here, we've got troops moving forward as well. Good fast push here by Seeking. Manpower there being hosted up. I would say he's definitely flooding too much in this case. He's definitely flooding too much. Again, consider ranges, consider caches, considering fighting positions. Mortars could also be a great pick here for Seeking. Just not floating that much manpower. I think that's a bit off there. Flampanzer Wagner improvised, of course, pushing forwards, pioneers putting problems to the building. This is rushing the half-tech forwards. He doesn't know what's on the other side. He obviously doesn't want to throw away the 250 half-tech, so thumbs up there to Jimmy. Very good play there. Rifleman grenade off there from the veteran Grenadiers. Fifth couple up here on the Pioneers inside the building. Panther IV ready, Bazooka fires, swings for the fences, but doesn't quite hit it. Grenadiers moving up there. Sherman there being repaired up lightly. Pack forward moving up as well there. Pioneers getting slowly played out. Half-take getting eventually 2. Panther IV is not moving. Oh dear. It's about to lose the Pioneers as well. There you go. Panther IV on the move again. Lieutenant routed. A lot of Americans bunched up. There could be a nice hit here for the Panther IV. Shoots, hits the wreckage of the Stug. And Seeking falls back in meanwhile in a nice and orderly fashion, dodging any sort of aggressive pursuits here. Up here, Grenadiers the men start flank Seeking's position by using the church, where the Sherman also fall back. Good work there by Jimmy. His Panther IV steadily advancing. Sherman's going to need to pull back further for repairs. Shoots here. Almost gets the hit, but in the end it completely flies off the mark. Second shot also fails to make anything resembling a notable impact here on Seeking's infantry. He's also really throwing some manpower there. Definitely something he shouldn't be doing. Thumbs down there to Seeking on that one. Like he doesn't want to spam infantry, which, you know, would be one of the primary use of all this manpower. Like, there's caches, there's fighting positions. In this case, techs are probably going to be seeing anti-tank guns, which could indicate he's going to be starting now for the Pershing heavy tank here versus Jimmy. Well, MG, of course, that's what he goes for. MG42 to replace one lost here by Jimmy several minutes ago. Not bad. Also adding the pintle-mounted MG42 there for the Panther IV. Sherman there almost good. Once more. Fun fact about the Sherman, one of its major advantages was actually the crew had a very good chance of surviving. If, of course, it didn't immediately explode, since basically it had spring-loaded hatches and they were very accessible hatches, meaning like if things went sour, the crew could very easily bail out of the tank. It's actually a surprisingly big fact, which tends not to get discussed a lot. Just a little fun fact there about the Sherman. Little fun fact there. Panther IV shoots, misses. Fires at the Grenadiers, misses. Panther IV moving out. Gets a nice hit there on the rifleman, but nothing significant. Sherman moving out there, switching into high close rounds to help deal with the krauts. Pearson's being shot to bits. Shoots and misses. The Grenadier attack hits a tree, causing innumerable casualties amongst the local squirrel communities. Another shot that the Grenadiers didn't quite land, but they didn't quite miss either. Just some light damage, switching back to Pearsing as the Panther IV's quick pursuit. 250 after coming up north here, striking hard here with the flamethrower Pioneers. Going for a deep flank here, behind Seeking's main position. Nasty play there, but clever. Oh, not fast enough and quickly backs off, but still, I like the idea there. I like the idea. Thumbs up there to Jimmy, even like the execution ultimately didn't quite follow through with the stroke there to finish it off. Seeking there, finally going for the M1 anti-tank and finally seeing some more manpower being spent. Very good. Another Panzer IV there for Jimmy and Germany. Deutschland. Sehr good there, sehr good. Pioneers laying down to the mines up north as the half-tank falls back further. You got 366 with 321. Advance in the center. There you go. Major Colton Artillery on the Grenadiers in the machine gun position, forcing retreat here, and 50 cover protects against the Pioneers as well. In the south, Panther 4 routes Seeking's captain, sending the bastard running. Up north here, we've got Pioneers sitting out to the lieutenant, moving in with his own BARs, his own Freedom Gang. Back here, troops reinforcing healing. Panther 4 almost done. House shattered by American artillery impacts. As Seeking continues to bleed out, he victory points compared to Jimmy. Major moves forwards and sees one of his guys goes down there to the gun. These Sherman shoots. Good shot here through the hedges, but not good enough to actually get some kills there, but still enough to force Jimmy to fall back. As his men are definitely not Sherman proof. Regionally northwards, Lieutenant backing up. Telemines there, of course, in case any tanks move in. Second Panther here ready, adding the Pendulum machine for that one as well. Very good, very good. Pearson heading from the northern victory point. Looks like we fire there in the Panzer 4. Holding up the centre. Pack hanging back, halfway to Veterans 1 and the Panzer Kholodny Ferma. And there you go, pin marching it ready. Need to fix up his tanks and of course get them moving. Meanwhile, for Seeking, he is definitely stalling here towards the M26 Pershing heavy tanks. A little bit to go, but so far he's somewhat holding up. Part of the thing is also just the map. It is more narrow, it has more choke points, so it can be a bit easy to stall out on the map here for heavy tanks, depending on which side you're on and depending on your opponent. So not too shabby there. Jimmy may actually want to consider getting a mortar for some artillery support and smoke support. As again, on a map like Kholodny Ferma, smoke screens can also be quite good, in particular because again there's like, you know, not a lot of ways you can sort of like really deal with it and move away. But then it's that clutch being wiped out. That's going to be a great wipe here for Jimmy, putting an entire Bazooka team out of its misery. It's going to be quite useful for his tanks and light vehicles. Obviously a lot less threats then. Fixing up the Panther 4 here, 250 after they're slowly approaching the Veteran 3 point. Second Panther 4 finally moving out here for the south, close to Veteran 1 land. And then the Pack 40 is being swamped with infantry. Cap and then Rifleman going straight forward. Pack 40 is getting wiped out fast and can respond. Grenadiers moving up here. Cripple upgrade here with the Veteran Grenadiers. But he is not going for it. Machine gun wiped out by artillery. Wait, was it? He says report guys, the Pack 40 actually, never mind then. Panther 4 moving in here from solid sides. Anti-tank car at the centre. Anti-tank there cleared out. Grenadiers can't crew it. Some hits on the Sherman. And there you go, Rifle coming from the south here. Heavy catch on the Rifleman as a high close shell goes off right in the midst. And then he is there, Rifleman all clashing out here between the hedges. Sherman gets off a good hit alongside the anti-tank, almost taking out one of Jimmy's Panzer 4s. Shot there, narrowly misses the mark. Thankfully, Jimmy does have 2 Pioneer squads. No, they have not been upgraded with the veteran squad leaders, but can still get the Panzers fixed up fast, destroying the Pack 40 there. Good work. Pershing is not far off. Now we're talking a bit of a minute here for seeing which point he can begin hitting Jimmy with a heavy tank. Jimmy will probably have to consider Stuke to help deal with that. Pair Stukes preferably, though it seems like he's going for tier 4. Never, I think, a fan of that one, but at least he's got 2 Panther 4s to help stabilize for it, but I'd still recommend just, or I'd still advise 2 Stukes over it. Still, Seeking hasn't been making much of his doctrine. I mean, except for a bit of sandbags here and there. There's been no smoke, no rangers, no combined arms, and, well, for now, no Pershing. That, obviously, that one's going to change. Meanwhile, Jimmy's been used to the 250 half-track, veteran squad leaders, but the Stormtroopers, Assault and Hold, and, well, fragmentation bombs obviously rather expensive. Quick engagement up here, major spotted with the half-track and routed, though no troops in it. So the Pioneers are busy elsewhere. Moving forward for Seeking, and there you go, 24-minute mark, almost 25-minute mark. He can call in the M26 Pershing heavy tank. He just needs to press that button, and there you go. Button pressed, Pershing called forth. And so the Pershing was just sitting outside the entire time, just waiting for him to get the call. Goddamn, why can't I join the fighting? Goddamn arbitrary Canadian rules. I hate Canada. And this Pershing in Norfolk City and is nearby, but they're going to get blasted away here by the Pershing plus Suzuki moving up there. Quick retreat. We also got minesweepers on them, rendering the Telemine obsolete, and the Half-Track's going to go down here. Not entirely sure what the Half-Track was doing up there on its own like this, but there you go. Seeking, well, sorted out and destroyed it. Grenadiers flanking cut. Also, veteran bar Grenadiers now very good. Roughly goes off here. Fifth Cavalry not quite ready yet. Roughly goes off. Pentaforce moving forwards. He will need Stooks, I think. But again, it seems like he's going to go for Pershing. Or Panthers here versus the Pershing. Pershing, meanwhile, keeps blasting away there. Pentaforce backing off. Cover in the center here, crumbling away under the Panther Force. Heavy barrages of high explosive shells. And as all this is happening, Seeking is taking advantage of the commotion in the center push through the north. So thumbs up there. Of course, response from Jimmy could be to go for the commotion, deal with that, and just concede the center for now at least a bit. We'll have to see. Well, no, he pushes ahead with the Pershing here. Stu going away for Jimmy, very good. Panther takes a hit here. Sharon moves in to support the assault as well here. Machine gun obviously doing absolutely bugger all here. Grenadiers in trouble. Got the reasons. Another bazooka team wiped out. That's definitely a bit painful here for Seeking. 297 to 90. All three points line control here of the American Army and the 3rd Armored Division as Seeking continues the assault. He maintains momentum. The tempo is not conceded to Jimmy. There you go. Great hit from the Panther and the Pershing. Other Panther that are being fixed up. We got here Grenadiers versus the Rifle in the south. About to get overwhelmed here though. Pershing chunks into bombarding the edges. The Stug is almost done. Panther 4 then managed to gain Metsi 2. There we go. Stug ready for Jimmy. For Germany. And Telemann they also spot it, but not being dealt with. I think he's moving away to maybe just shoot it with the Pershing to avoid anyone else getting caught in the blast and murdered. North here, Panther 4 right in the major. Victory of Fuel Point has been denied here to Jimmy though, and the 2nd Panzer Division. And there you go, in the center mine goes off without killing anyone. Note he's popping out the Schemker as well to help repair the Pershing. Nice work there, but of course since the attack happens. Oh, Stuke there. Again, I think he needs a mortar to help with this. Stuke taking a lot down for the anti-tank gun. Not the fully best move there. I think what Jimmy needs to do again is either prepare his like larger scale offensive with the smoke screen to basically neutralize him, and then push hard in using the Panther Force to first draw the attention away from the front line, then follow up with the Stuke, plus support with infantry pushing through here and here. That we need to like push hard elsewhere. There you go. We can see south and north now seeing more aggressive pushes here by Jimmy, so I think that's also a good move. But I think he needs to consider more to simply for the smoke screens, and that way help deal with the anti-tank gun. Pershing southwards here, can easily about to hit. Shot through the hedges there, can quick retreat. They rout, they fall back. Stuging down your repairs for the Pioneers seem to be preoccupied elsewhere. Yes, indeed, in fact, all busy up in the north. Penetrating northwards is only being routed. Ooh, didn't actually deal with the Telemine. Stug still need repairs. Pushing back the lieutenant up north here, further and further back here. Another Sherman there for Seeking. Very good. That's going to put up 2 Shermans on a Pershing. Meanwhile, Jamie, I think, can go for another Stug now, and I think he should. But again, he might not be tempted to just try and go for the Panther here. Never see, but a second Stug would, I think, do Jimmy a lot of good. And there you go. Telemine goes off here. He's got the Panther Force that could maybe try and take it back up with the Stug, but will he do it? Will he risk it in time? Get there in time. Sherman up support here. Can he finish off the Pershing? It's going to be a tight, though. A bit risky, since not a lot of room to maneuver around the Pershing frontal armor, so it's going to be challenging for the Panther Force. Plus, we see the Seeking's already didn't bring up more force here to deal with it. So I think, yeah, Jimmy is always starting to back off, realizing that he probably wasn't able to get there in time and actually do it. Or is he still going to keep at it? Pretty cheeky stuff there. In the center, holding up here in the south. Rifle being routed by the Grenadiers. Panther 4 needs to fall back. Half health already. Veteran 1 though is gained. Got a wipe here. I think that's the 5th gun fact expired here, but the Pioneer sneaky assault there. Good work. Sherman there pursuing the Panzer 4, but not quite getting it. Stuke's still not being repaired. Pioneers to get out there before the entire thing collapses on them. And Pioneers wiped. Grenadiers captain moving up. All fighting it out here. 14 kills, 23. Panther falling back. Going for the flamethrower. Good move there by Sea King. Panther shoots and misses. Rubbing off as well. Didn't quite go off in time. Stuke still need repairs. And still need a machine gun. Church collapsed here. We got 167 to turn 90. Another Panther 4 there for Jimmy. Triple Panther 4. I mean, that could work as well, but I think double Stuke here would be a lot more salient as a line of a course of action there versus Sea King's Pershing, but that's just me. That Triple Panther 4 is not too bad. I mean, that could also lay down some significant firepower on the south here. Sherman deals with the Grenadiers there. 50 caliber yet to be added to that one. He's also, of course, lost the Pioneer squad. It will be a bit hard for him to repair all of his armor, and he definitely should replace that lost Pioneer squad. Pershing almost good to go here for Sea King. Finally at the time to repair it. Oh, cancels it. Okay, and then he's going for the heavy Panzer Corps. Now he decides to probably wants to either go for a Pershing or a Sturm Panzer. He's going for more Pioneers. Well, that one is crucial. Again, he needs to fix up his tanks. Since, I mean, he's got both the Panzer IV and the Stuke 3G basically out of commission there for the time being. I mean, they could join in the fight, but they just blew up without really doing much, which would quite frankly be a huge waste of resources there for Jimmy. So what will it be? Sturm Panzers or Panthers? I mean, there's also Panzerwerfers, but I think that'd be a especially silly choice. Well, considering he's not going for the Sturm Panzer, it does seem like here that Jimmy and the second Panzer unit is aiming for the Panther, the Panzerkampfwagen 5. Nice hit in the Pershing, which is half HP 2. Northern front, he's one being lost as Sea King again is taking advantage of Jimmy's focus in the center to push out north. Good move there by Sea King. Good maneuvering there against Jimmy and the Germans. In the south, we've got Grenadiers clashing out with the Rifle and or Lieutenant actually pushing them back here. Ring in here against the Rifle there with their BAR. Could do with some armor support up here. Panther IV sending out. Stuke being repaired finally. And he can go for the Panther now. And there you go. Panzerkampfwagen 5 being repaired here for Jimmy and Deutschland. Bars out there for Sea King's freshly arrived of troops there, not freshly arrived. Another Sherman there for Sea King. I was just surprised at this point he'd be upgrading with BARs when he already has, like, you know, resource for some time. North East, Panther dealing with the captain. Half HP 3 Sherman that gets a great hit for the side armor. Shot bounce from the Panther for the Sherman's frontal armor. And third Sherman almost done for Sea King. Sherman rolling ahead here, backed up the Pershing. Shoots, gets a hit on the Grenadiers. Panther almost done. He needs to get the Stuke up north as well, but the Stuke is actually in the south. Not where the main armoured assault here from Sea King's landing so far. And there you go, Grenadiers right at Panther from the falling back. Panther is almost done even Jimmy. Can he use the Panther to turn the chart here? Will it be a waste of resources? Stuke slowly advancing for the south, ready to deal with the Shermans in the south. There's in fact one here from Sea King. He could definitely benefit from upgrading that one with a 50 cal as well. Bit of light skirmishing. Panther mobilized here, setting forwards. Sherman shoots and misses. Third one still ready. He just needs to pop up some cruising activity to get it in right now. Stuke ready. Oh, artillery called in the southern victory point. He's at 73 actually now versus the 276 here of Sea King. Need to cover that Stuke, by the way. He isn't. And the rest of his armored force is, I think, a bit hesitant, a bit passive. Need to be careful about that. And there you go, Pershing charging in here. Destroying Jimmy's Stuke, which again I think was a bit poorly handled here, to put it mildly. And now just wasted here as Sea King delivers the killing blow up north. You've got the Panther moving and dealing with the Sherman up north. There's Panthers on the move, and they are the Panther 4 as well. Can he deliver at least some sort of victory in the north here against Sea King? Get some kills and help compensate for the loss of the Stuke and the loss of the southern position 8 to Sea King. Hard to say. We got 55 versus 276. 51 was 276. And for the center of the gun is backed up with the MD42. Pershing gets a good shot there. Run flying way in there. Go rifle lead off. Pushing out a cover line. The MD42 to suppress them. Panther HD with the Pershing anti-tanks moving up here. We got 43 versus 276. Getting ever closer here. Pershing moves up, shoots, misses the Grenadiers narrowly. Panther turns right, shoots, gets a good hit on the Pershing, punching through the frontal armor. We got the tank ready, shoots and hits the church ruins instead. Another shot there from the Panther on the Pershing. Another hit from the anti-tank, and this time actually, oh, not a shot, but this time it actually hits and goes through the Panther's armor at that. Panther lands another hit on the Pershing, machine being bombarded. Shermans are going for the Panther. Backed up the anti-tank and needs to pull back the Panther, get some distance between them. Good hit from the Pershing, except not. Needs to get like a counterattack in. He got 34 versus 276. Like he needs to do something aggressive here versus seeking something that throws him off. And maybe helps turn the tide around here versus the Americans. Again, mulch with the smoke screen I think would be very helpful for this purpose, by the way. Troops being bombarded up north, going for the southern victory point. We got the Major here on his own with a flamethrower. Going for the center here very slowly. We got 27 versus 276. Quite the victory point different. There you go. Panther 4 moving ahead here. Sherman taking a lot of hits. Need to cover the Panther 4s though. Going for the anti-tank gun. Almost got the Sherman. Got the anti-tank and they're to wipe. Pretty good there by Jimmy. Panzer's falling back. Sherman's moving up. We got combined arms here from Seeking. 2 thumbs up. Very nice ability. A bit of a look. Panther faster playing to the Shermans. Could maybe take them up. Sherman Panther moving ahead. Dealing with the Bazooka team first. Pershing continues to bombard here. Heavy losses going there. We got 24 versus 272 here. Jimmy is, Seeking's taking heavy losses here. Jimmy is as well though. Panther there, closing very, very slowly in the 2, so it hit 51 there. Just misses the, I think it hits. We got 24 versus 260. Jimmy's now control all 3 victory points. Again, need to fix up his armor pool. He's going more with Pioneers. Big push here by Seeking. Runs line fire the Panthers and the Panther 4s. Machine setting up as well, popping Incendion, picking on to further break up the assault there, thumbs up. Nice work there by Jimmy. Smokes in the corner with the Sherman, good work finding some smoke there. Could definitely have more of that out sooner. I guess he did feel like they need it, and Jimmy really could benefit a lot from a mortar with some smoke of his own. Going for the southern point here. Honestly, may just want to be ready to call in the Stormtrooper squad to help contest some of the points here versus Seeking. Rubbing in glass in the south with Panther 4s, wanting dining repairs. Also incredibly close to the ace level. It'd be a real waste for him to lose it now, but at the same time, it'd also be a real waste for him to just lose the match because he ran out of victory points. So, it's a bit of a close one. There you go. Ace Panther 4 here, ready for Jimmy. Panther 4 number 2, they're about to get knocked out. Ultra close to 52. Gunnies coming from the north here. Southern north point. He's calling the Stormtroopers, Jimmy. These Stormtroopers. Mach schnell. Achtung. Seems like he's not realizing. Got 24 versus 216. Seeking still has the victory point lead, but Jamie seems to have equalized somewhat. Grenadiers in the fire. Panther moving up there. Half HP, more than half HP to the Pershing that is steadily approaching HP 3 here. Shot bouncing on the Panther's armor. Another shot on the Sherman. Very close to HP 2. Panzer for Jimmy to help deal with troops, but he still needs to grab the northern victory point. Call in the Stormtroopers, Jimmy. The Stormtroopers, they do exist. Grenadiers being hammered here. There you go. Panther gains 52. Schutzen added. Armor proficiency has increased as the Panther takes more hits here from the anti-tank gun, and that one did not bounce. Pioneer being bombarded here by the Pershing, and there you go. Panther moving ahead here. Heavily damaged though. Trying to take out the anti-tank with the Panther 4, but risks losing it. Shot bounced. Holy smokes, that was a close one there for Jimmy. Panzerwerfer is ready, but he still needs to repair his stuff. In fact, most of his armor pool is heavily damaged. Panzerwerfer arriving in the south. We got the push here by Seeking. Who will win this? It's gonna be a bit tight here for Jimmy who wins. In fact, it's gonna be very tight. Troops moving northwards. He's losing the other 2 points. Panzerwerfer finding it possibly in the center. Yup, Major there trying to get away, but he doesn't get away from the rockets. Minor catch amongst other troops of the Panther gets a total of 1 kill in the south. He's going to be fighting the survival squad. Sherman spotting, covering fire here. laying down high close shelter into the Grenadiers. Up north, their point being secured. Pershing there, 15 kills, halfway 23. Sherman almost ace little. Panther 4, ace moving 4 techniques. Oh, bounces a shot from the anti-tank gun. Major wiped out. A small win there for Jimmy. 24 versus 195. It's also close having the resource for combined arms. A good push here could possibly seal the deal versus Jimmy. About to hit the southern victory point, but his men are standing right next to it. I hate when that happens. Like, you clicked on the point, for some reason they stand right next to it, as though they're not entirely sure if the point is actually real. It's just a figment of the bloody imagination. Sherman shoots there. Great hit from the Panther. The Panther is slowly climbing up in the veterancy levels. We got 24 versus 176.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
Will seeking loss. Lose this. He's so close, yet so far. Great hit from the Panther and the Pershing. Great hit. Still needs to repair his tanks. His pioneers are busy with everything else seems but repairing tanks. Need to get this moving. Also, great job getting up to a 5-man squad. And the Panther 4 is down. Oh dear. Anti-tank missed on that one. That was really lucky there for Jimmy. Need to get his troops moving. He's got machine guns up in the north point here. Fixing up the Panther. Pioneer moving in. Adding the veteran squad leader to that one as well. Got a bazooka drop there by the center victory point. Pershing being repaired once more. Sherman's being repaired here. Rifle advancing here. It's going to be a close one. It's going to be bloody. Panther's ready to find to this horde of infantry. Bit of mistake that we're seeing actually bunching up so close. That's a great target for the Panzerwerfer. What is Seeking doing? What is Jimmy doing? Like, he shouldn't be firing the Rifle. He should be firing the Panzerwerfer. He should be like, yes. Arc 9 Americans, don't bunch up too closely, however will I defeat you. And then hit them with the rockets. Right, they actually encourage them to split up first there. Panther 4 is still abandoned. Oh dear, the crew is dead. Trying to fix it up here. Fight for the northern southern victory point. Up north, smoke called in to clear out the victory point there. Good work here. We got 24 versus 252. Bad news for Jimmy. Bad news across the front. He's down to just the Panther. He's trying to fix up the Panther 4 while everything is falling apart here. Pioneers being murdered. Sherman's going for the Panther and the Panzerwerfer. Panther halfway to the ace level. Good hit by the Sherman ace. Pushing forwards there. Going for the Panzerwerfer first. Then blitzing around here the Panther. The Panther's trying to keep a safe distance between the two, but it's not quite panning out here. Arm pushing forwards there. Right past the Panther 4 wreckage. Panther there is very close to the ace level. Shot bounce. Could take it out. There you go. Gets the ace Sherman. But all the victory points now from the control here of Seeking. Another Panther 4 there for Jimmy. Another one. Need to fix up that Panther. Except, I don't think this is going to matter, to be honest, at this point. He's down at 18 points, was 149. He's about to lose his remaining victory point. He's Seeking there. Go GG. Game over. A brutal fight here on Kholodny Ferma. Some great action on both sides. I feel like Jimmy just probably shouldn't have gone for tier 4, should have gone for another Stug, and gotten a mortar for some smoke. I think should have been more aggressive at times. I feel like he got a bit too passive, which handed over initiative to Seeking, and even Seeking was a bit slow to realise this. I think, he still made pretty good work of what he had with it there. So, good play by Seeking, nice play with Jim, but in the end, not quite enough. So, there you go. Hope you got this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on the tell friends, tell family, but don't tell enemies. This is Imperial Links and cheers. Thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow again for a nice episode. Bye.